right, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. So, starting again, we see it at the 3 hour, still within that same range, but now it looks like it's going to get to testing deeper inside of this 3 hour zone. So, we still don't have anything we need to adjust on the 3 hour, but we do know now we are looking for straight sales regardless of the 1 hour time frames or whatever the structure is. If it's uptrending, it's considered low probability because we're only looking for sales in this area. So let's go ahead and go to the 1 hour. So let's go ahead and adjust current structure. So we see that where structure left off, price pushed to the downside, pulled back, then it broke here, creating a new low. So now we're seeing where price breaks. So price doesn't break here, pulls back a little bit more, and then pushes through, giving us a high probability zone. So we can draw this last high probability zone because it's outside of the 3 hour range. So if price pulls back to here, there's a chance that price can reverse off of this area. So let's go ahead and pull it up. 50%. So I would pull it. Yeah, I would just get this whole little range right here. From the bottom, we can get rid of this low, or we could just drag it up. And we see this is the new high. As of right now, because it might still push further. But from where we are showing up to the market, that's the high. And so right now, price was impulsing, right? So price, now we got to actually look because this might not be high probability now that I'm looking at it. Let's see, we was here, break, close. Okay, this is high probability. But what I see when I zoom in a little bit is price pushed to here and then it started to pull back. So at this point, price pulled back to here, creating a new low. And we don't know how far up it's going to push. So we're going to leave this here, but we do see that price hasn't even broke this high yet. It's pulled back and it may start to break this high, but we don't know yet. Price hasn't broken that high, so we're not even going to draw that there. We're just identifying this high, which has not been broken yet. So what we want to do is go to the 10-minute. We understand we're looking for a retracement or price can keep pushing, but we want to focus on this area right around here. So let's go to the 10-minute. Let's go to about a couple candles in. So my meeting didn't last too long. I got home around like 8:45. So I had about 2 hours to trade. I only ended up taking one trade today. Um, it didn't go my way. And then the market didn't present another opportunity for me. I'm okay with that. But let's go ahead and go through the entirety of our setup here. So last thing we see is this clear high being identified on the 10-minute. And we actually got a break of it. So price pulled back to here. 10-minute. So price pulled back and then it broke this 10-minute. And this is the new 10-minute high. This is low probability, and it would be low probability either way though, because inside of this 3 hour zone that we know we are only looking for sell opportunities out of. So we see that price pushed and potentially maybe starting to retrace. So we want to go to the 5-minute, focusing on this area just to kind of see what it looks like. On the 5-minute, we see there's no structure here, and that the 5-minute and 10-minute actually match up with each other. So we can go to the 2-minute to see if there's any structure there. 2-minute, it's kind of messy. It's really not that much structure there too. Yeah, the 2-minute is kind of just all over the place. So what I would do is just wait. The 10-minute, 5-minute are the same, but the 2-minute is just messy because the 5-minute impulse pushed to the downside. So we're looking for something around here. We don't get any clear structure there. I guess the last bit of structure would be right here, which would make this low probability as well because we aren't looking for anything to the upside. We are looking for all downtrending moves. Now, if this was the third test, then we would be looking to trade whatever move presents itself. The reason we don't consider this a third test is because, well, one, this would have been high probability. Let's see. Okay. So the reason this isn't is because I don't consider. So let's go. So we see price actually pushed up some, but in my opinion, I don't consider this a test. It got right at it, maybe wicked the edge, but I like to see it go within. This is the first test. This is the second test. So that's why I don't consider that the third test, because I only give price two chances. If the first one would have pushed in there, tested, and the second one tested, and now it comes back, now I just consider this entire zone low probability, and I would just be looking for whatever lower time frame structure is presenting. In this case, I don't consider that um, the first test. So this technically is my second test, which is why I'm only looking for sell opportunities. So we go to the 2 minute and we see that it's low probability as well. So at this point, we're just going to push through and see what we get. No break. Boom. So we got a 5 minute break to the upside. Let's see if a retracement started. It did. So what we can do is get rid of this 2 minute. And for the most part, we're just going to focus on the 5 minute. So the 5 minute is here and it pulled back to here. Because the 10 minute and 5 minute are so close and we don't have any type of direction in the where we're trying to trade at all, I'm just going to focus on the 5 minute in this case. Now, again, this is low probability, even though it created high probability structure, because it's within this 3 hour and it's uptrending, it's still low probability. So we can go to the 2 minute, see not really anything there either. So we'll stay on the 5 minute. Let's see what happens. Boom. So we got a break, another break, but it's low probability because price pushed, but it never closed above here. So price pull back to here, push to the upside, right up to here, oh, right up to here. And looks like it's starting to retrace. We can go to the 2 minute, see if we get anything. So on the 2 minute and 5 minute are actually exactly the same. So they're both low probability. Again, we are only looking for sales. So if price could take out this low, then we might be in business. So let's see what we get. Boom. Price breaks and closes below the low. Let's see if we get a second candle push. Perfect. We get a second candle push. Let's see when the retracement starts. Boom. And the retracement starts right here. So this is our new low. Now we have a supply zone right here. So we can get rid of this high that's there. And we can go ahead and pull this down. And we understand we're looking for the 50% level at least. So yeah, I would pull it back out. So right there, right at that candle. So this is 5 minute. So now what we can do, well, the 2 minute, was the 2 minute exactly the same? Yes, it was. So the 2 minute was the same. Did the 2 minute also give us high probability though? Price was there. No, because 2 minute closed here and then kept pushing. So the 2 minute and 5 minute are actually different. So all we're looking for now to see if we get a confirmation off this 5 minute zone, and then we'll just look to enter. Didn't break, didn't break. Got close, but didn't touch it. Remember our rule. That one didn't break and close either. Didn't break and close. So we still don't have a test, still no break. Boom. So we get our first test right here. All we're looking for is a confirmation candle. Boom. So we get a nice little confirmation candle right here. We want to look to enter a little bit below. Stop loss above here, so we'll give it a little room, about 8 pips. And that means we are looking for 18.5. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get entered. So, boom. We are immediately entered into this trade, so we can go ahead and identify our 75% level. So 18.5 times 0.75. That's 13.8 pips. 13.8. And then back down to 18.5. All right. And we can go to the 2 minutes to look to manage this. So on the 2 minute, we just focusing on this downside impulse. We see that price broke here, right? But it didn't give us any high probability structure to protect our trade. So what we want to do is just identify this low, identify this high. And we would like to ideally see price break this 2 minute low again, creating some high probability structure so we can adjust our stop loss. If not, we're just gonna let price push and see if what it ends up doing. So managing it from here, let's see what happens. Boom. Price pushes straight up, stops me out of this trade for a full loss. So we take a loss here. And again, now if price continues, is going to continue down. We want to see it test higher than this area. So what we can do, pull this zone up to this candle. And let's see if we get a confirmation candle again. So wick above, no close. Got a confirmation candle, so we're looking to enter. Want to give it a little more room because it's our last trade, so about 9 pips here. And that would be 10, it should be 20.5. All right, let's see if we get entered into this trade. Nope, it got pretty close, but then gave us a bullish candle, so we would need another confirmation candle to even consider getting in here. Let's see if we get one. Nope, price at that point then broke structure. So at this point, we took one trade, took a loss, but we are still looking only for sales. So now that price broke to the upside, 5 minute is uptrending again. So now let's see if price, where price end up solidifying its high at. Boom, created a new high. So you see wick, new high, 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 new high. So at this point, for the rest of our session, price literally just pushed to the upside. At the end of our session, it finally gave us a high that solidified, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. This is uptrending structure. This is also right at 11 o'clock. So we are done right at 11. So this was kind of what the market was for us today. We're only looking for sell opportunities because price is in this high time frame supply area. We got one sell opportunity, ended up being a fake out, pushed our way just a tiny, tiny bit, and then stopped us out. And then price pushed the rest of the session. So um, that was our session for the day. We took our one trade, took one loss with it, and we move on. So now that it's finally near the upside, though, I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow. Either we're going to see the price didn't break here on the 3 hour and reject it, or we're going to see that price broke through and has now finally changed character after being stuck within this 3 hour range for over a month. So we'll show it tomorrow, see what happens. Today we took our one loss. Again, no edge is 100%, but we did follow our rules. We showed up, and even though we didn't get to show up within the first hour and a half, 2 hours of our session, there was no opportunities there to get in anyway. We showed up right around the time of the only opportunity that presented itself today, according to my trading plan, and it didn't work my way. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. We took our one loss, and we get to show up tomorrow. So we'll show up tomorrow and see what happens.